Welcome along to the Milk Bar. Coming up on the show, we'll be hearing from Carissa Orban all about her life and her music. She's a Wolverhampton-based singer-songwriter, and we'll be hearing one of her live acoustic tracks at the end of the show. We'll be meeting two of the cast of Brassed Off, Wolverhampton Grand Theatre's first in-house production in nearly 40 years, Miriam Grace Edwards and Ash Matthews, letting us know about their roles in the show. And also we'll be meeting this little fella and finding out how he found a new home to the Small Dog Rescue. That's all on the way on the Milk Bar with me, Jason Forrest. Clive and Glenys from the Small Dog Rescue are looking after various dogs from around the area. To tell us more, they're with me now. So, how long have you been working together on this?
Oh, about 23 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. And Fudge down here, who I didn't introduce, seems very interested in the microphone. But 23 years, that's a lot in dog years, let alone in human ones.
Yes, 23 times 7, so they say.
So, what first brought you to look after our small furry friends down here?
Well, we was actually introduced to them through a lady that actually died in Handsworth. She'd got some Yorkshire Terriers, and she left us in her will to look after them.
Yeah.
And that's basically how we got involved in them. We thought, yes, we'll try this. And when we first tried them, I thought, little dogs, but
we was all
I love
into
them.
big dogs.
Absolutely
really,
love them.
weren't we? Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
We got a big dog. We got a big dog of our own.
Yeah.
But these you can sit on your lap and you can cuddle.
Uh-huh.
Whereas a big dog,
it's got its own life, hasn't it?
exactly. Yeah.
So, obviously, there's a lot of work being done over the years, and you're raising funds and looking for probably food, etc.
Yep.
But you're also looking for homes for these animals as well.
Oh yes. And we when we rehome them, we only rehome to the mature person.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of the dogs that come in have got problems with small children, and so we don't want them to go back into that same situation. Whereas with elderly people, the children have left home and they want someone else to cuddle.
Mm-hmm.
And a small dog is ideal.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic company, as Fudge, I'm sure, would agree. And tell us a bit about Fudge's history.
Yeah, well, she actually come into the rescue about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She was quite snappy, been abused again. So obviously, we kept her.
Well,
we just fell in love with her and kept her after a short
You have
time.
6 dogs now, don't you?
Yeah, we do. They're all rescue dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that have come in for one reason or other.
Mm-hmm.
So and then we've just had to keep them.
So, obviously, there's vets fees and things that need to be paid for. Yeah. There's, as we say, food and care and the costs of homing them whilst they're looking for somewhere new to live. And how do people find you if they actually want to come along and share something with you?
Basically, off our website, and word of mouth is the best way. Word of mouth is, you can't beat word of mouth.
So put it out there. If you know about the Small Dog Rescue, do tell your friends, and they will. If they've got some cash they want to put your way, they're more than likely to want to. Because it's such a cute face down here.
We're always looking for foster homes.
Yeah.
That's the crucial thing to our operation, really.
And do people come and visit you to meet the animals first, and you, more importantly, to meet them?
Yeah. Then they bring their dogs as well and see if they've got another dog, see if they get on okay. If not, then.
Unfortunately not for them, but it's about the dog. It's not about what you want, is it?
Exactly, yeah.
And so what we do is we don't stick them into kennels. They're actually in foster homes, so they're actually looked after basically 24/7.
Yeah.
Whereas if you put them into a big dog's home, 5 o'clock they've gone home. So of course all the dogs are in there and barking. You get a small dog and it's already frightened, it's going to go back even worse. So in a home, it's a different environment. They get used to people, and we find it a lot better.
So it's all about the animal. So where do people find you if they want to get in touch?
Basically through the website.
Yeah, which is?
Is smalldogrescue.co.uk.
And then if they're looking to visit you, where are you based?
Landywood Lane in Cheslin Hay.
So they can nip along and make an appointment first. All the details on the website.
Yeah, they have to make an appointment first.
So that can be done that way. So you're looking for the smalldogtrust.co.uk. Find out more details, and also you can find out on the website how you can make a donation as well. That's Clive and Glenys, thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre is hosting Brassed Off from the 23rd of August through to the 2nd of September. It is their own production. Now, the youngest member of the professional cast is Ash Matthews, and he joins me now to tell me about his role as Shane. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
So, I'm good. So tell us a bit about Shane himself to begin with.
He's the narrator of the show. When he's playing the narrator, he's in his 20s, but then when he's in the scenes, he's playing an 8-year-old boy. So
Now, that must be a bit of a challenge to begin with.
yes, yeah, like, I'm not entirely sure how it's going to be done yet, but I've never done anything like this before, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it comes across, and it's not as simple as literally just acting like an 8-year-old.
'Cause he's still got to carry the story even through his younger days.
Exactly, yeah. So Shane is a very heartwarming character. He's a cheeky chappy, but then again, he doesn't necessarily know the ins and outs of what's actually going on in his community's life right now, because as he's in the scenes, he's only 8 years old. He's been living through this all his life, because it's been going on for a decade now. So this is normality for Shane, where he's experiencing, his friends and family, losing their jobs, losing their houses, and ultimately losing their families as well sometimes. Even though he seems a bit oblivious sometimes, he can also tell, especially from his mother and his father, that something's not quite right, and but they all stick together.
And the community itself, obviously, is pretty much all affected by what's going on with the strike and the potential closure of the pits. And there's not quite, as there was in a lot of the 80s, the prosperity which was to come maybe a little bit later on. And certainly, if Shane wants something, he's not necessarily going to get it because the cash just isn't there. And that is an oddity, because most kids just want the whole time, don't they?
Exactly. It's so different in our day and age now, where with technology, for example, or mobile phones, kids will just be like, oh yeah, get that, upgrade to that. But like Grimley's is loosely, it's based on Grimethorpe, and back then it was one of the poorest villages in the UK according to the EU. I think there's going to be a lot of people in the audience who will remember this time, who have been through this time, and it's going to really hit home. We really want to do it justice as well, because it's such a great story. The film is fantastic. I haven't seen the stage show before, but it's a little bit different to the film as well. For example, Shane is only a minor role in the film, and then obviously he's the narrator of this show, so the show is in his memory. So it's going to be really interesting to kind of start rehearsals and get into it and explore it all.
You're pretty fresh out of your own college days yourself, so this is quite a challenge for you, taking on such a central role to this piece at your own tender age.
It's going to be really great, like going from drama school into a job like this. It's going to be really useful and knowledgeable for me, especially to work with such great actors. And I think I'll be able to learn a lot as well from the older cast as well, especially being the youngest in the professional cast. Like it's going to be really eye-opening, this whole experience, not just for the character side of the work, but also as an actor. It's going to be really beneficial, I think.
So, at the start of something interesting, the start really of a career full-time for you. So what do you think is the bit you're most looking forward to? And it's maybe not acting like an 8-year-old, not...
Yeah. I think it's going to be able to portray all these different emotions. Like one minute the show is absolutely hilarious, the next it's romantic, and then it goes to shocking and tragic, and then deeply upsetting at the end. I'm really looking forward to hopefully being able to achieve all these different feelings of this one show. It's such a special show to be a part of anyway. So just being part of this production and being able to go on tour afterwards as well, it is going to be so great. Because as soon as we finished the run in Wolverhampton, we jumped straight into the tour, which goes on until December. So,
but probably so much more fun doing it in its home theatre to begin with.
Exactly, like being a part of of Wolverhampton Grand Theatre's first produced show in over 40 years. Like that's something really special to be a part of, and it's going to be something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And just knowing how much it means to the community of Wolverhampton and the surrounding areas and all the mining communities, it's just going to be such a great show.
Well, certainly you want to give a message to everyone who goes and sees it, alongside a fantastic entertainment in the theatre as well, and some brilliant brass band music. What more could you ask for? grandtheatre.co.uk is the website. 01902 429212, the box office number. But come along and see the cast of Brassed Off from the 23rd of August through to the 2nd of September here at Wolverhampton Grand Theatre. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time here on the Milk Bar, when not only will we have more on Brassed Off at the Grand, but also we'll be hearing from Carissa Orban all about her music and hearing her perform live.